Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm giving everybody some time to come in. I'm giving everybody some time to come in. Today, we're going to be talking about that Tennessee versus Florida. And right now, I'm waiting on my guest to hop in. He doing a couple of drops. He's a truck driver, but y'all may know him as my man Tri-Star, the beloved Tri-Star. So, while we waiting on him to come in, hey, y'all give me some score predictions on this Tennessee and Florida game. Tennessee going down to the swamp. I think they playing the primetime game at 7 o'clock. I think maybe. Y'all, hey, Jeff Stapleton, I know you on it. Let me know the spread, what the spread is on this game, man. But y'all drop some score predictions in this thing. We're waiting on Tri-Star to come in. Y'all let me know what's up. Roll Tide, Dean Cloud. Roll Tide, Jeff Stapleton. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're going to talk about this Tennessee and Florida game. Hey, I think this is the SEC game of the week. At least in my books, they are. But, hey, drop some score predictions. Drop some score predictions. Let me know. I'm not good at score predictions. I don't really give score predictions. So I like to hear everybody else score predictions. But waiting on my man Tri-Star. We're waiting on my man Tri-Star. Let me know how y'all feel about this game. Hey, appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate you, Jeff. I appreciate you for tuning in too all the time, man. Appreciate the love and support, dog. Ooh, Dean Clyde got 50, Tennessee 56, Florida 14. But you know what, bro? That sounds about right to me. Cause I didn't see much from Florida. Florida. I don't see nothing from Florida that can threaten Tennessee. In my honest opinion, I think some people complain, Tennessee fans may be complaining about Joe Milton getting a slow start or whatever. But to me, overall, Tennessee does look like a more complete team this year. The defense look more improved. Of course, they play Virginia and Austin Peay, but to me, the defense look more improved. They run the ball. They run the ball really well, and I think more people are expecting more out of the pass game. But honestly, I think this is the game where we probably start seeing Tennessee opening it up more. Tennessee going to beat them Gators to death. Yep, they're going down to the swamp and they're going to drown the Gators in their own swamp, baby. They're going to drown them Gators in their own swamp. I agree with you, Dean Cloud. I agree with you, my guy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's a good game. Then, Socket 6.5. Oh, Satellite, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Dabo Jr., bro? You funny. Oh, you funny, Satellite. 6.5. I'm going with the over on that. I think they can easily beat them by more than 6.5. But, going down to the swamp, it's tricky. You know, you can't hear me? You can't hear me? What's going on? What's going on? But going down to the swamp, I think it's tricky for them guys because I don't know when the last time they beat them in the swamp. I think that's what the rumbling been about. But I think, can you hear me now, Jeff Stapleton? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Only reason why you gave Florida any point, Tennessee will put the subs in the fourth quarter. Hey, I don't know. Dean Cloud, you can hear me, right? You can hear me, right? But yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like that's the only reason why the only way whatchamacallit get points to Tennessee get points too, because it probably come late, but listen, the Volunteers are gonna smoke the Gators. They're gonna smoke the Gators. But as we sit here and wait on my guest Tri-Star. Okay, okay. As we sit here and wait on my guest Tri-Star. Thank you, D Cloud. Go Dogs. But I'm glad you on 2 times because tomorrow I will have a Florida Gator guy, not Florida Gator, but a Georgia guy. We're gonna come on tomorrow. We're gonna go live. We're gonna talk about this Georgia and South Carolina game as well. So waiting on my man Tri-Star right now 2 times. So hey, Georgia, South Carolina. Georgia, South Carolina. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. That's another game I got my own, but play the same time as Alabama, so I'm gonna have my laptop going and my TV going to watch both games. I'm gonna be more focused on I'm gonna be focused on both of them games hard because I want to do videos on both of them games. I actually think this is what we see Georgia actually come out and go crazy too. I got 5 in the chat. Give me 5 likes. Give me 5 likes. I'm waiting on my guy Tri-Star. Waiting on Tri-Star so we can talk about this Florida versus Georgia, Tennessee versus Florida. Tennessee versus Florida. One of them got dang on down south routes. He gonna give us some history about this game. Technical difficulties. Okay. I don't know. Is your on your end, right? Cause I think they can hear me in the chat. Dean Cloud told me he can hear me. So Tennessee gonna score as many points as they can on these guys. They should, bro. Cause it's been a while, I think, since Tennessee beat them guys. So I'm gonna expect the Tennessee to go crazy. I hear them Texas fans say they want UGA. Trust me, no, they don't. Oh, okay, you hear me fine. Texas. I mean, Texas. Texas is a good football team, but I don't think they're ready for that Georgia smoke. I don't think they're ready for that Georgia smoke. But never know. They might be, any given Saturday. But I don't think they're ready for that Georgia smoke. I don't think Texas. Hey, I gotta admit, they played a hell of a game. I had to settle down after the game, get my thoughts together on that game, and it is what it is. Hopefully, these dudes can muscle up the heart for the rest of the season and give themselves a fighting chance in the playoffs. But hey, that's neither here or there. We'll see how they respond. Hey, I seen somewhere DeMarco Hellams even said something basically firing back at the former Alabama players. He said I wouldn't call myself alumni, going basically taking shots at the guys online, but I feel more of the older guys because the only thing that Florida has is home. That's the only thing they got, Jeff Stapleton. That's all you right on there, bro. Like I said, wait on my guy Tri-Star, but the Marco Helms basically fired back at the former Alabama players. My guy Tri-Star's in now. I'm about to let him in. Y'all show some love to my man Tri-Star, and we about to get this thing started.
There we go. Sorry it took a
What's
minute.
going on, man? How you doing?
I'm currently at a watermelon farm in the middle of nowhere in southwest Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I am
I
dead
can tell.
serious.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, because signal's kind of spotty.
Yeah, I
See,
can
just to
tell.
show you. Yeah, well, it won't let me flip the camera, or I'll do this. See, this is what's
Wow,
around me. Yeah. Anyways, how you doing tonight?
man, I'm doing great. Hey, before we get this thing started, man, I want you to let them know where they can find you at, because I know you on a new show now. You the man for the Tennessee part of this new show. So let everybody know, man.
All right. So, anyways, I started. Uh, our guy Mark Rogers, who runs the Voice College Football, personally called me and said, "Hey, Try. I'm wanting to do a Tennessee post game show for the SEC channel and for the Voice College Football channel, and you're the perfect guy to do it. You know your stuff when it comes to Tennessee." I'm like, I would love to. So now, uh, after every game, I didn't get to do one this past weekend because I had truck issues, but um, this weekend after the Florida game, if you want to hear my analysis on what I thought, how we played, if we won or lost or whatever, come over there. Usually about 30 to 45 minutes after the game, or depending on the type of game it is. Uh, you can find me over there. It'll be on the Voice College Football channel and the SEC channel and my own channel, Tri-Star. It's linked to 3 channels. By the way, that's 3 in sign language.
Matter of fact, guys, if y'all stroll up in the chat, I put the link to his channel in the comments.
I appreciate that.
I put the link to his channel in the comments. No
Don't
problem.
just put the my
But
channel.
man,
Put the SEC channel for the Voice College Football, the SEC channel, which is where you'll find my stuff as well. and the voice, just the main Boys College Football channel as well. All three.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna go back and So after this video, when y'all finish, guys, I'm gonna have it in my description, so y'all will find that all there in my description. Cause I'm gonna put it in there. So let's get. Hey, first off, I want you to give me a little history on this Tennessee and Florida thing, man, because I know you the Tennessee historian.
So Tennessee and Florida before 1990 had only played, I think, like 15 times. They didn't play that much. Because back before we had divisions, the SEC was really cliquish. Like, for example, from 1937 to 1968, Tennessee and Georgia did not play one time. And that was because back then, especially before the 80s, head coaches could actually decide, you want us to play Georgia this year? Nah, we'll play Georgia Tech or we'll play Vanderbilt instead. Like, you could actually choose your conference games.
Wow.
That's why, if you notice, we played Georgia Tech a lot because there's a lot of history of Bobby Dodd, but Georgia we barely played up until we got divisions.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this. I know I've been hearing the talks about y'all going down to the swamp. When was the last time y'all beat the Gators in the swamp?
2003.
Woo.
Same year as the last time we won in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, facts. And I'm gonna tell you this. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say, I know as a Tennessee fan right now, you love the way this program is trending right now. Y'all came out with a big win against Alabama last season. Y'all about to go down to the swamp and y'all about to beat the Gators. Like, y'all gotta be loving what's going on right now, man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this showed that Tennessee never had a talent problem, never had a support problem. It had kind of like what Alabama had from Bear Bryant to Nick Saban, where you'll probably know this, after Bear Bryant retired and died, any coach they hired, like, it was some weird unwritten criteria, like they either had to have played for Bear Bryant or been an assistant under him.
Yeah.
Up until they, were smart and went and got Nick Saban. it was, and with us, I think we kept Fulmer too long. He he was kind of like Dabo in that he was very stuck in his ways, and the game was passing him by, and it took him having a couple bad seasons to basically force him out.
Yeah.
And the more, Phil Fulmer, yeah. And but where we messed up was
go ahead.
Where Tennessee messed up was after Fulmer. After Fulmer, we went and got Lane Kiffin, which now looking back was a bonehead decision. I kind of understand maybe why they went and did it, because he was the offensive coordinator on those really good mid-2000s USC teams. So he had that kind of experience and that kind of pull with him. I mean, he wasn't a great NFL coach with the Raiders, but I mean, that's the NFL. It's a whole different animal. So they went and got him, but then we were recruiting really good. We had a top 5 class, I think, for the 2010 class, and then Lane Kiffin just leaves in the middle of the night at basically right after New Year's in 2010, and he started taking all these recruits with him. And what ends up happening is that the recruiting class just got completely destroyed, because a lot of them ended up going to USC with him and Ed Orgeron, and they had to basically find somebody. It was a panic hire, and I understand they had to find somebody, and that's when they went and got Derek Dooley. Yeah. And then Derek Dooley, kind of like Billy Napier, was in way over his head. I've met Derek Dooley a few times, and he openly admits that he is not an SEC head coach.
You know he on
But
our staff right now, right?
yeah, he's was he like wide receivers coach or assistant
He like
something?
I think he like an analyst or something like that.
Well, he was on Saban's staff at LSU, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a super nice guy and everything. He's real shy, you know, real kind of close to the vest. Not really a upfront personality, but again, it didn't work. He couldn't get it going, and then we went and got Bush Jones, and I wouldn't piss on that guy if he was on fire. I mean, that guy was a used car salesman. I mean, yeah, he had a couple of decent years with high end talent because he couldn't manage it. I mean, my God, when you got Alvin Kamara, Jalen Hurd,
Woo.
all that talent, where we could have won an SEC championship or
Hey,
been
did
in the
y'all have
playoff.
Barnett at that time too?
Yeah, we had Derek Barnett on the edge.
Yep.
That team was those 2 years. Like our team was stupidly talented, but again, we had an idiot as a head coach, a la Jimbo Fisher. And then after that, we go get Jeremy Pruitt. And at the time, I understand why they went and got him. He'd been at multiple places. He is a proven defensive coordinator. But the problem is he had never been a head coach, and he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was doing, and he was trying to do things like Saban does, and it just wasn't working.
That's facts.
And he screwed himself, got himself in trouble, and now he's got a 6-year show cause. So then they fired Fulmer as the AD. He was the AD that hired him. They got rid of him. They got rid of all the coaching staffs. They cleaned house. Then Dondi Plowman, the chancellor at Tennessee, she goes and hires Danny White from UCF. And he brings Josh Heupel with him. And we are where we are right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, when I do these things, I do it like preview prediction. So, I ask questions like, I know you probably don't see it happen because I don't see it happen, but what are ways that Florida can just so happen to pull this out of the hat and win this game? What are some of the positive things that you do see in Florida?
Well, I don't see the only positives I see are their two running backs, Montreal Johnson and Trevor Etienne. They're really good running backs, but their problem is they don't have an offensive line to block for them to open up holes and make space for them, so they can't do anything, and that's not their fault. Graham Mertz, he's not a good quarterback. They have Ricky Pearsall as one pretty good wide receiver they have, and they got another guy. He looks pretty good. I think he's a freshman. He looked pretty good against Utah. I can't think of his name, but he looks pretty good. But that and the defense, like I keep hearing about their defensive line and how they got these big 400-pounder interior defensive linemen and stuff. That's not going to work in the SEC because you got to have speed.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Carter was a big boy, but that guy was explosive and fast.
Yeah, he was.
And the thing is, I'm just looking at that. The only way I could see them maybe pulling this out is the fact it is on the road. And I'm sure it'll be sold out in a tough environment, but they would have to force a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah. And I agree with that because I'm looking at Florida. I'm like, they just have to get something going. And I don't see Florida getting nothing going. I don't see no pass game getting going. Definitely don't see the run game get going, like you said, because the offensive line, like, I don't really see much from this Florida team that can just happen to pull this game out.
The only thing is this series has kind of been like the Iron Bowl, like where it's for some weird reason they could just pull it out because of the series history. But I don't think that these players are even thinking about the history. I don't think they care about that. I think all they're thinking about is right now.
What you saying that just to revert the Velma for a little bit, and that's how I feel about this generation and period. I don't think they understand, like the players from past. They don't understand these schools tradition and history, what they're playing for anymore. These guys are just going to these schools for clout now. You know,
Yeah,
that,
I'm sure. Honestly, if you look at what the players are thinking in terms of this game versus what the fans are thinking, oh God, something's going to happen. We're going to find a way to lose because we always find a way to lose to Florida, even though they're a much worse team. Like, we'll just find some way to lose it, choke at the end or whatever. Like, it's happened so many times. But I don't think Heupel's going to let that happen. I personally, my personal score prediction is Tennessee wins 38-10. And
okay.
that's me being conservative. And I know Tennessee's offense so far has not looked as explosive as last year, but I think that's been intentional. I think what Heupel has done so far in these two games against Virginia and Austin Peay, and especially against Austin Peay, is he hasn't really opened up the playbook. He's thrown just a lot of screens to the running back or to a squirrel wide or whatever they're on the sideline. Just a quick pass, just run the ball a lot, establish the run game. And I'm thinking that in this game, you're going to see Heupel open up that playbook quite a bit.
And see, this is what I was saying. I say, okay, Tennessee looks like a more complete team, and I've been hearing some Stephen Hicks put 38-10 is a good call for Tennessee. Okay, so what I was saying is Tennessee, to me, they look like a more complete team, and I know I've been hearing some Tennessee fans been griping about, I guess, Joe Milton in the offense maybe, but honestly, I'm with you. I just don't think they've been showing their hand. But to me, they look like a more complete team because the defense look good, the run game look good, and I think this is the game where we see Joe Milton go crazy. Because, like you said, this is the game I feel like
It's his home
Josh
state,
Heupel is about to
too.
open up.
It's his
Say it
home
again.
state. It's Joe Milton's home state.
See.
So his
This,
family's going to be there.
yeah, so this is the game. I expect Tennessee to go crazy. Somebody early in the chat, I told him to put score predictions in before you came in. I think somebody put like 50 something 14 Tennessee. And I'm like, I really wouldn't doubt that. Because I believe this is the game.
That's possible, but again, I right now with how it's looked so far, I'm just going to say 38-10. And you
Okay.
might say, "Wow, you think your defense is that good?" Well, right now, if you look at the stats, we have one of the best defenses in the country right now. And you can just look at the stats. Like, for example, I think if I'm not mistaken, we lead the nation in tackles for loss and sacks.
Okay.
And I know against Virginia, we only gave up, I think, 202 total yards of offense. And I can't remember how much. I think it wasn't much more against Austin Peay, but we so far the front seven has just been absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I know when I seen it against Virginia, I said, God dang it, this team is a more complete team this year, look like to me.
Yeah,
And we
and
can,
that's what I like seeing.
yeah. So what are you expecting most out of this game from Tennessee?
I'm expecting them to open up the pass game more. One thing that Joe Milton did, I think it might have been yesterday, he called a players only meeting.
Ooh, like that. Like that.
And the reason being, and he's like, hey, some of that's on me. I'm not hitting guys like I should. He's taking responsibility for that. Like, I have been playing up to what I'm capable of. But also, too, the receivers haven't been pulling their weight either. So it's been kind of a combination of the two. Because, like, yeah, he'll have a few bad throws, but that's everybody. That's like every quarterback's going to have a bad throw or two or three.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That is facts right there. That is facts. So I'm gonna ask you this. Tell me, how do you see this game going? How do you see this game playing out if, let's just say, if they're stopping, if they're so happy to come out playing off momentum, stopping the run, and the passing is not that effective, what do you think? Just give me your predict how you think this game gonna go.
So basically, you're saying like if they come out and their defense came to play and they're shutting down the offense a little bit, I'd be like, just give it time because they'll eventually get tired.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure they'll get a stop or two. I mean, Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's going to do like what South Carolina did against us and score on every drive. I don't think it's going to happen. But I think that this has, definitely if y'all are betting people, take Tennessee to cover.
yeah, facts. Cause what is it like 6.5 or something crap like that?
Six. It's six.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. I'll take
Yeah,
that all day.
I think Tennessee easily covers. And like I said, Tennessee Heupel, he's not really showing his hand. I mean, Kirby's doing the same thing right now, and everybody's talking about how their
I believe
offense
that.
looks like crap.
I
I'm like
believe.
they're playing very vanilla offense. They're not really
Yeah,
doing anything. Like
that's
why
facts.
why are you going to open it up against like UT Martin and Ball State? I mean, you're not going to do that. Like
But cause these games,
they don't mean anything.
like for one, like I used to talk crap about these games even when Bama plays them, but throughout the years, I've learned to appreciate these games more because it gives you time to work on the little things. Like Georgia
Yeah,
running back room right now, they're down, so this gives them time to be able to work running backs, see where we can go. Then what you find in the mix, you find my Kai Muse in the mix. You get to find for Tennessee, you get to find see how strong your run game actually is. It can hold up that run game y'all got this year. Even last year, y'all had a tough run game last year. Like seriously, y'all had really like if people go back and look at y'all running back stats from last year, that was some good stats for two running backs, man.
I got a weird feeling that the way Jalen Wright is running right now, if he keeps this up, he might win the dang Doak Walker Award. He's
Ooh,
playing that good. He right now he's averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
that's nice. That is, and I asked you those questions about Florida, but it's just one of them things I don't see nothing from Florida that can convince me that they're gonna come out there and challenge you. Like somebody put in my comments before you came on. The only thing Florida has right now is
His
home
home
field.
field.
That's the only thing. And
Tennessee's the more talented team. They got the better coach,
everything.
and their defense is like. And I know people are saying like, well, that they played really good against McNeese State. Like it's McNeese State.
Yes, come on. If you didn't play well, bro, you
Then
are
you got
some urgency
some
like Clemson.
more problems. Like, but again, I was reason I say that is I went. Of course, I watched that Utah game. Of course, that's a high. 4,000 feet above sea level. It's 2,500, 3,000 miles away from Gainesville. The travel and stuff, but just what I was seeing, just them just getting manhandled by a third string quarterback at Utah, who I don't think is anywhere close to what Tennessee is on a talent level standpoint. Like
Yeah,
that just screams like I was watching that game and watching their defense and just how gassed they were getting, and I'm like, Tennessee's just going to run it up on them.
yeah. And see, I'm gonna tell you the craziest thing about the Florida Utah win. Uh, Florida Utah game. I
I
really
like what that comment says. We just been working on the basics for the last 2 weeks. I agree.
uh oh Utah guy. I picked Utah to win originally, but even
I do too.
even with their quarterback being out, knowing they're gonna play a third string quarterback, even with all the other players being out there, main tight end and other guys, I still pick Utah to win. That's how I feel about the Florida program right now.
They're
I
just not
just,
good.
yeah, I knew Utah still was the complete team overall. I'm like, that's sad when you know they got all these people missing this game and you still pick them to win.
And it's not like they're a hyper talented team like Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee or whoever.
Yeah, that's fact.
And the fact also too, we get our starting center back this week, Cooper Mays.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah, he missed the first 2 games because he had a hand injury. He had some kind of little procedure on his hand, and they've been resting him for a couple weeks. He'll be back this week. So I think that'll definitely help make the flow of the offense even better because, again, he's our starting center.
Again, the reason why I appreciate these guys so much, because like you said, y'all starting center missed the last 2 games, but these are games that
you should win by 50. Like, and again, hey, credit to Austin P. They came to play and they put it all out there.
True.
But I even though they were leading at halftime, I'm like, okay, so y'all are giving Tennessee crap, writing them off because they had, as down south would say on Twitter, our doo-doo game. I'm like, do y'all not have memory of last year? Georgia played Kent State, a team they were heavily favored against, and only beat them by 2 touchdowns, 33-19.
That's right.
And Ladd McConkey was dropping passes. A.D. Mitchell was dropping passes. Like, it looked like anything that could go wrong will go wrong.
I remember Georgia fans, they did not want to see Ladd McConkey anymore after that game.
No, they did not.
After the season went on,
he got better.
Yes, he got back on track. Exactly.
And I'm so happy because I know him personally. Like, he grew up 15 minutes from me across the state line in Georgia.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
He grew up a Tennessee fan. He wanted to go to Tennessee, but Georgia was the only Power 5 school to offer him, so I don't blame him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was actually 1 day away from going to UTC, Tennessee Chattanooga. Because him and Jahmyr Gibbs are only about 15 miles apart from each other.
Oh, wow.
Jahmyr Gibbs is from Dalton, and Ladd McConkey is from Chatsworth, right down Highway 76, like 10 miles from each other. I think they played against each other in high school. But
before we get off, I want to ask you about this.
Okay.
I know we was talking about Chris Cole and stuff. How did you feel about that, man? He committed to Georgia.
He did. I'm not giving up on that because if you don't know, one of his best friends, his high school teammate, running back Peyton Lewis, is committed to Tennessee.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
So I can tell you right now, those conversations are not stopping.
Okay.
I mean, he's been a Georgia lean for a little while, so it was kind of expected he was going to commit to Georgia. Yeah. But listen, until they sign that dotted line, I'm not giving up. Like, I still think we're in on Elijah Rushing. He's most likely going to stay committed to Arizona, but Tennessee's still on him. I know Tennessee's still having conversations with Amari Jefferson, even though I think Amari Jefferson is going to end up going to the Major League Baseball thing. Wow. Instead of going, but you do realize? Do you know how high he's projected?
I think you said you told me like second round or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was like mid-second round, and that's a lot of money as a signing bonus.
Well, man, I $20 said it's over. He's not going to Tennessee. Talking about Chris Cole. Hey, one of the guys in the comment, all dogs all day. He asked you, where you at, driver? He asked you where you at right now.
Well, like I said at the opening, I'm in the middle of nowhere at a watermelon farm in southwest Oklahoma. And literally, to explain where this is, if you see, this is a dirt road.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had to come down a dirt road to get here.
That's crazy.
I don't even know. I can't. It's some little town. I don't know. Literally, there's like one little double-wide trailer out here. That's it.
Yes, sir.
One house I see.
So one more time, let them know where they can find you. And after the show, I'm going to put all his information in my description. But let them know.
Again, if y'all like to hear from me and hear my voice, of course, you can find me on Twitter, X, look up Tri-Star. I do Twitter Spaces all the time. That's what I do more than anything. On YouTube, same channel, Tri-Star. The SEC channel at the Voice of College Football and the Voice of College Football channel. You can find me at any of those. I do the post games for Tennessee. I do it for about 45 minutes to an hour long, and I interact with anybody that comments. I don't care if you super chat or not. I'm not out here a whoring for super chats. If you comment, I read it.
Hey, somebody said no lot lizards in watermelon farm. I don't think he's looking for lot lizards.
Well, I've got a wife at home. I ain't got to do all that.
Back. And guess what? His wife is a Bama fan, people.
Yeah, I can't help that. Funny story about that. The last year, me, her, and the kids went to my mother's house and watched the Tennessee-Alabama game. And I'll admit, I was about 10 shots of Jameson into the game when we kicked the field goal. And Chase McGrath makes that field goal. I start rubbing it in her face. She immediately took the kids and went home. She left me there because I rode with her and her because there's no point in both of us driving. We were going to my mom's house.
Yeah.
There's no point in both of us driving. So she leaves me. Of course, I'm drunk. She probably didn't want a drunk guy in the bed with her that night because I was being obnoxious, bragging about how we ended the streak. And she ghosted me for a week. She wouldn't talk to me. She would sleep on the couch. She literally took I had to get my blanket and covers out of the truck because she took all the covers and everything and brought them down to the living room downstairs. And she ghosted me for a week. She wouldn't talk to me. It took Alabama winning against Mississippi State for her to get over that game. And she's still pissed about it. And I keep telling her, I'm like, we're coming again this year. And what I'm trying to, we'll definitely be doing a video week of that. Absolutely. And right. we'll have to get KB on. I'll see what I can do about getting some people on. We can do a big mega show.
I see the soda he did the other night. You hot dog. He was clicking y'all out left and right. Hey, but you left so funny, man. That was so funny. You said F Alabama, F Georgia. That was so funny to me, dog.
Well, my whole thing was because I seen on Josh Pate's Instagram, on his little Instagram story, it showed them singing Dixieland Delight. And I'm like, why are you inbred rednecks singing about Tennessee?
He said, oh, come on. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, Tri-Star. Like I said, I'm going to try to have you for my Tennessee content, especially when y'all play the big games, man.
Anytime.
Appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, y'all can find him on, what is it, Mark Rogers.
The Voice of College Football.
I watched the Alabama one.
The Voice of College Football and the SEC channel on the Voice of College Football. You can just look those up; they'll pop right up. And of course, my own personal channel, Tri-Star.
Yes.
I don't upload on there that much. I just do mainly live videos, and I of course I'm always doing stuff with Lou and VicTube and Jackpot and that whole cast of characters over there.
Yeah.
And
VicTube, I've seen VicTube a couple of times. Hey, is he a Georgia fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Georgia fan. He's physically disabled. He's the one who's in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
but he's a good guy though.
I've seen him a couple of times. I've seen him with Ballard Sports too a couple of times.
Yeah, I could probably try to get Ballard on here with you too.
He just subscribed to me the other day too, man.
Oh, he did. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Ballard.
So, man.
He's up there in the Coleman area.
Okay.
I won't say where he lives, but I'll just say it's in the Coleman area.
Yeah, facts. But I guess we all agree that Tennessee is gonna pull me in for UGA post. Hey, okay. Hey, leave a comment on one of my latest. Leave a comment on my I did Chris Cole recruiting video today. Go leave a comment on it there. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
And if
But
anybody's wondering why I'm not wearing a Tennessee hat, this is my high school's hat.
hey, did you play? Did you play football, Tri-Star?
No, I managed on the football team. I didn't like wearing pads.
I got you.
I mean, I could have played. I just didn't want to.
No, I feel you. That
But
football
I
thing for everybody.
my love and my love in terms of sports I like to actually do is wrestling, and not just pro wrestling. I'm talking about like shoot wrestling and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And
Okay.
sadly, my high school, Polk County High School, there in little Polk County, Tennessee, where I grew up, and that'll always be my home. Um, Sadly, they didn't have a football team when I was there, but they do now. They have a wrestling team, and I'm pissed about it.
I'm gonna tell you about my high school team. I think it was our junior, senior year, maybe my junior year. They tried to get a wrestling team, and the coach was trying to get me. My offensive line coach was trying to get me to wrestle. And I was like, yeah, nah, because I know how this wrestling thing go. I was like, look, he said, man, you can do it. You strong or whatever. I said, look, I can probably wrestle these guys, but when we go to competition and wrestle other guys that been wrestling, I said, nah, I ain't finna do that.
They mopped the floor with you.
Yeah. Listen, we had one guy on our wrestling team at the school. His name, I remember his name, Chuck Woods. He was our kicker, but his dad had him wrestling since he was a young kid, so he knew how to wrestle. He had been wrestling. And I just went out there one day to practice to mess around. The old line coach let me come out there, and
he probably took your big toe, took it behind your head, and stuck it in your ear. Like,
listen, the first thing he did was he went for the takedown, and when he got me down, I never could get back up, and he
nope.
was just rolling all over my body, showing me what he could do to me. I was like, yeah, I can't do
Well,
this. Man.
see, that's the thing. I don't try to brag about how tough I am or anything, but like, if someone ever tries to fight me or anything, I always tell them, like, dude, I could whip you without even throwing a punch.
Yeah.
Because, like, another thing I learned too is catch wrestling, where you learn submissions and hooks and holds and like,
Yeah.
where you can really mess people up, like.
Yep.
And what it takes is you need a lot of lower body strength. Like if you see a lot of these wrestlers, like their calves and their quads, their thighs are like tree trunks. They're huge.
Yeah, you are. Think about Kurt Angle. He was the real like.
Oh, he won the gold medal in '96. Like he's legit.
Yeah, man, his legs and stuff were huge.
Yeah, exactly. Because you'll see a lot of them. They'll have the biceps and all that, but a lot of them it's more lower body. They do a lot of lower body exercises, lower body workouts to get their lower strength down, because a lot of times you're driving with your legs.
Yeah, right.
In wrestling, and you always want to have good lower body strength, and that's the thing. I could go on about wrestling all day. I wish I had my guy Landon in here, and he could go even more detail. It's a four-star. Landon's he's selling car. If y'all are ever in Hickory, North Carolina, go to I think it's the Ford dealership there in Hickory, and he'll sell you a vehicle.
Okay.
But I think he was a four-time state champion in North Carolina in wrestling, and he went to Appalachian State and wrestled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we all on here. I'm pretty sure we all agree Tennessee finna beat the brakes off Florida. Good game to watch. My opinion, the SEC game of the week probably is the SEC game of the week.
Well, SEC Nation's not going there. They're going. I think it's LSU, Mississippi State. I think that's where they're going.
Wow. I got an LSU guy. I got to hit up. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that video too tomorrow. I'm doing the Georgia versus South Carolina. So. Man, appreciate you for coming on, man. I'm about to put all your information in my description. Hey, if you can, share it with the Tennessee people, man, if you can, whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
But I thank you, man. Like I said, y'all gonna get used to his face on my channel a lot, because he been here before, and he go. I'm trying to get him to cover my Tennessee content, man. We're gonna
That's
talk that
right.
Tennessee. Like
Yep.
y'all know, I'm a Bama fan, but I love college football, so I can't be a hater to the fact that I can't talk about
Well,
another
see,
team.
and another thing too, Tennessee and Alabama just have so much history against each other.
Yeah,
So much history. I mean, like literally the winner smokes cigars.
yeah.
It's just insane. But anyways, I appreciate you having me on tonight. And as always, fuck the Tater Man.
I see. Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, if y'all ain't doing that, I think CTS Sports Room, go head over to CTS Sports Room, go tune in, go check out what we got going over there, what they got going over there. Some information will probably be dropped tonight, so y'all listen out for that. Thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody in the comments, please like, subscribe, share, do all that for me. And roll tide as always. Salute, and I'm out. Be jamming. I'll holler.